All right. Good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, wherever you guys are connecting from. Um, please go ahead and just share the video on your page as you're coming in, so we can get more people connected. I just want to quickly look at the sound and see if the sound is good. All right. The sound is fantastic. All right. So as you're coming in, I want you to go ahead, share the video on your page, and let's get more people connected on the show at this point in time. Flora Fayong, how you doing? Good afternoon. Kelly Sunshine, thank you very much for connecting on the show. Favor Onyibo, thank you very much. Chinyere Asa, thank you very much. Blessing Mabuyaku, God bless you. Thank you very much for connecting on the show. Queen Bola Ogodo, thank you very much. Olayinka Sanusi, I can spot you out there all the way from London. That's beautiful. All the way from London. That's fantastic right there. All right. So please, as you're coming in, please let us share the video on our page. Olayinka Sanusi, thank you. Bolanle Olabi, Tomiwa Sugar, God bless you. Thank you for connecting on the show at this point in time. Tomiwa Sugar, Omondovere. Tunde Ade, God bless you. Princess Duro Simi, God bless. Edna Agayere, thank you. Oludare Adebayo, thank you. Nikki's, God bless you. Ambassador Nero, I can spot you out there. Toyi Sotuminu, God bless you. Please go ahead and share the video on your page because we want to touch a topic that is very sensitive, and I feel it's something that we have to be very serious about for us to be able to get to the bottom of this. She killed my sex drive, and she is now complaining. She killed my sex drive, and she is now complaining. That's actually the question that we have right in front of us at this point in time. How do we deal with this? How do we deal with this? Well, let me start like this. I have one article here that I feel like I should read just a little part of it to you guys. Sex in early marriage. For young Christians, young Christian couples, sex is regarded as one of the major issues faced early in marriage. After several years of silence, abstinence, and fantasizing, sex suddenly became acceptable. Not only that, it becomes so essential, it determines the health of a marriage. This is usually too much for a lot of people to handle. How does something so forbidden become one of the builder of one's marital destiny? Now, what is this saying is that, formally you will find out that parents will say, oh no, don't test run, don't go and have sex. The pastors will be shouting in the church, you cannot have sexual relationship with anybody. Sex before marriage is not allowed. It's not godly. You cannot have sex. You cannot do this. You cannot do that. All right, good. And this thing we have been fantasizing in our head. So many of these young people, they'll be thinking about it in their head that when will I do it? The day I will have the opportunity of doing it, it's going to be great. I want to have freedom to have sex and all kinds of stuff. So suddenly after marriage, you will suddenly have this 100% opportunity to have sex. And then you will find out that it's actually very important because your marital life depends on sex. And you have to do it all the time correctly and nice and beautifully. All right. So at the time, you will now start feeling like, okay, this is actually getting too much. How do I satisfy this woman? How do I satisfy myself? How do I satisfy my husband? And we start thinking about all of this stuff. And then the teaching of the pastors will now come to play. You begin to hear all manners of echoes in your head. Don't do doggy style. Don't do helicopter. The only position God allowed is missionary style. You begin to hear all of that stuff, and the stuff will start messing with your head, and that stuff can ruin a lot of things in relationship. I'm telling you. All right, God did not, he never said anything about how to do sex, what kind of sex you should engage in, what kind of style you should do. It's not written in the Bible. In as much that you are legally married together, husband and wife, and you have been pronounced husband and wife, either by the government or by the church, whatever you do in your bedroom is got nothing to do with anybody. Okay, it's nobody's responsibility. All right, the purpose of sex. Let me read this to you guys real quick. Genesis chapter 4. Verse 1. He said, and Adam knew Eve, his wife, and she conceived and bare Cain, and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. A lot of people believe it's just for childbearing. The reason why we have sexual relationship, they believe, is for childbearing. That is, marriage is a divine provision by God, designed for companionship and meeting our burning desire for an intimate and warm relationship. This intimacy was portrayed in the Old Testament as to know. The knowing between husband and wife, the act and the purpose of marriage is yet fulfilled in this knowing. Knowing means sex, sexual relationship. All right, it means sexual relationship. So what am I saying is that some people believe that sex is just for having children, but I want to let you know it's not just for having children. At the same time, is for you to actually feel the pleasure, to pleasure yourselves. For the husband to actually give pleasure to the wife, and the wife give pleasure to the husband at the same time. Many people believe that women do enjoy sex more than men. It's true, but depends on your relationship. People believe that it is only the women that are doing, hey, yeah, give it to me, knock it, tear me up, kill me. See, when they hear all that, they believe that the woman is enjoying herself. Men don't shout like that. Oh, men don't shout. And like I said one time during one of my broadcasts, my videos, that it is time for us, to women to understand what sexual relationship is. It's not supposed to be one-sided. It's not supposed to be one-sided. It's supposed to be both ways. We both supposed to be able to shout, yay, yeah, give it to me. Yeah, all of us, we're supposed to be able, the men supposed to be shouting like that. The women are supposed to be shouting like that. But in the relationship whereby only one person is shouting, only one person is giving the ringtone, only one person is actually giving the satisfaction sign, then the relationship is not complete. It's not complete. The woman must be satisfied. Likewise, the man must be satisfied too. All right? What do I mean? It means that the woman must understand the act of sex to be able to give the husband the kind of pleasure that is required. Is required. It doesn't matter if you're born again or not born again. Sexual relationship is something that you have to learn to do. Sexual relationship is something that you have to connect with. It's a very important thing in relationship. The devil is using it because we, the Christians, we are not talking about it. We Christians, we are shying away from it. Whenever we talk about it, people will say, is this person born again or not? Is that person born again? Good afternoon, good evening, good everything, everybody. Thank you very much for coming. What is that? Is this person born again or not? That we believe sex is supposed to be something we hide to talk about. And we have been hiding to talk about it for all these years and see where we have found ourselves. We have not found ourselves in the right position, not right places. Our homes are going down. So many people have been drained, that today they don't even feel anything about sex anymore. But I didn't mean we've been talking about it, we have been educating people about it and stuff. People will be prepared for what is coming. we will know exactly what is coming. And like I said many times, that people don't understand how to do it correctly. They just believe sex is just putting it in and bringing it out. And that is where the problem is, that we do not understand the act of sex. The parents won't teach us. Our mommies won't show us anything. Our daddies will be lying to us, and the only thing they will do is that they will be telling us is don't do it. If you do it, you get somebody pregnant, and so that's all they're going to be saying. They have never in this world called us and then make us to sit down in a place where we are being taught about sex education. Parents are so shy that they can't even tell their 15-year-old girls or 15-year-old boy what sex is, the definition of sex. And those boys and girls, they learn it from school. There are some people in school that are not shy to talk about it. And those ones are talking about it, and those children, they are learning the bad side of sex. And one day, it is going to be your fault, it is going to be my fault if we refuse to talk about it. Now, let's go straight to the point for today. This particular young man called up and he said, my wife killed my manhood. And it's kind of like a little bit of confusion and, not really being clear too much. You begin to ask him, how did she kill your manhood? And one thing that I want us to look into and see is that the effect of words, the effect of misunderstanding, the effect of how you handle misunderstanding will eventually show up, when you guys are now about to perform your sexual relationship. The man may not be able to get erection. And you will believe that probably because of he's been drinking, or maybe because he doesn't have energy, or he's a lazy person. No, it's the effect of the words, effect of the abuse, effect of what you guys have gone through. It's going to actually end up showing forth during the time of sexual relationship. It's a kind of emotional problem. It's psychological. It's an emotional problem because what happened is the kind of names you call your husband, the way you insult him, the way you handle situation with him will make him not to be a man on the bed. Will make him not to be a man on the bed. Now, if you are the person, just like the other lady who said she has been using vibrator for a long time. When you talk about vibrator, vibrator is a machine. Kò lè rán machine láíláí tu láyà ní machine. Tó bá wà lábẹ́ omi, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Bátìrì ẹ̀ ò lè kú. Tó wà lórí ilẹ̀, ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ. Ó ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ every angle. Are you getting my point? All right. Now, you cannot compare the strength of a man to that of a machine. The machine can work harder. That's why when they are actually referring to the power of the machine, they say horsepower. All right. So if you have the opportunity of having sex with the horse, you will understand that the horse is actually stronger than a man. Okay. That's what you should look at. And then when they are talking about machine, they refer to the power of a machine as per horsepower. They will say 2 horsepower, 3 horsepower, 5 horsepower. And that is a machine. That is a machine. All right. Now, you have been using this dildo, you've been using this vibrator for over 3 years. It has become part and parcel of your life. The machine never gets tired. Anytime you switch it on, the machine is 24 hours working. Don't forget, the penis of a man cannot vibrate. I'm not sure. Maybe the ones that you have been going out with is vibrating, but penis for you don't vibrate. So you are used to the vibration. You are used to the dildo going. Dildo cannot come. When a dildo is turned on, unless the battery dies, that's when it's going to go down. And the moment you put new batteries into it, it will carry on again and keep on going. All right? But for a man, and dildo cannot come. And a man can come. When a man comes like this, the penis will go down. And that's the end of it for a moment. And that depends on how connected you guys are sexually that will make him to actually come back again and say, okay, I want to do the second one. Majority of the men that we have today don't even go second round. Tell me I'm lying. Can somebody just tell me I'm lying? I want somebody to just tell me I'm lying. Majority of the men that we have today, they will go for second round. They end up in first round, and that is actually all they could give. All right? Tell me I'm lying. I want somebody to tell me that I'm lying. Over here, majority of the men that we have now cannot go the second round. And they just knock it out. Just the first round, that's good, and that's it. All right? So you have been used to the machine 3 years. 3 years you'll be hearing, and the machine is keep on going, and your body is so used to it that you come whenever you use it. The moment you now transfer again and say, okay, I want to actually have sexual relationship with a human being, then a human being cannot perform like the machine. It's never something, it's not something you should ever put side by side. Don't compare them at all. Okay? Don't compare them at all. Don't. You are not supposed to compare them. It's totally different. A machine is not a man. All right? So now this young guy said, my wife killed my wood. How did it happen? All right? When you are in a relationship with a man, sometimes the man may not be very good in sexual relationship. There are certain things that the two of you must learn together. You see, relationship is about growing together. It's about you teaching me, I teach you. It's about you show me my fault, correct me, let me know what I'm supposed to do, what I'm not supposed to do. You know, relationship is you telling me where you want it to be. Relationship is you exposing yourself and telling me this is where my G-spot is, this is where my weak point is, this is what you can do to me that will make me come. I'm going to train you and put you through how you got to go by it. That is relationship. That is relationship. Relationship is exposing your weakness and your strength to your partner. That is relationship. Now, majority of Nigerians always want people to guess or to find out things. That is why I love the Americans. I remember when I was in school. What happened was I was being trained, you know, we were actually in the sex therapy kind of class, and you know, the white lady will come and say, well, for me, I tell my husband, I tell my boyfriend what I want them to do to me. I couldn't say anything because our Nigerian women will want you to guess and to find it out, probably by calling a wuli, or maybe having a revelation, or they want the Holy Spirit to tell you what to do. Or a man sometimes may not know. So many of us didn't grow up knowing all about sexual relationship. Many of our men in Nigeria are not romantic because they didn't grow up in a home whereby romance is being pronounced or being done. They have never seen their mother and their father kissed in the living room. They never saw their mom and dad held hands in the public. So they grew up in that kind of environment that they don't know nothing. All right? So now we are all in America right now, a place, a land of opportunity, a land of freedom, and we are still acting like we are saying to say we are inside the Yoruba in effect. That we are supposed by now be civilized, and we are not. And then the issue right now is the husband or wife coming in to report the husband and say, well, I don't know how to satisfy my husband, I don't know how to satisfy my wife. That's not supposed to be the case. You know, if the wife is actually teaching the husband and say, okay, do this, the man will take offense. Who is teaching you? How did you know it? Have you been sleeping around? That will be the very first thing that will come out, and then the woman will shut down, and that will be the end of it. All right? And that will be the end of it. And I don't really believe it should be like that. I believe it should be like, I trust you, you trust me, and then when you bring information to me, I am breaking it down with my open heart, without thinking otherwise, Like, this is the way my wife wants it. This is the way she wants to enjoy sexual relationship now. All right, let's get doing it. Sometimes a woman will come and say, okay, I want to lie down on top of you. You are not supposed to be saying and then be saying, oh, I'm the head, I'm not the tail. That has nothing to do with it. That's not supposed to come up at all. Okay? You're now actually spiritualizing every little thing. This is sex, for God's sake. And this sex is between you and your wife, for God's sake. What exactly is wrong with you? If she's actually on top of you during sexual relationship, doesn't mean that she's on top of you as a leader. Doesn't mean she's going to take your spot as a man or as a old man in the home. It's got nothing to do with that. This is just only sex for a period of time. Enjoy it, and that's it. Now, some women will believe that they want to be on top because they know exactly how to maneuver the thing to actually hit the right spot. You as a man, you are just going in, boom, 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 boom. Oh, then let you. Who should it? Who should it? And the woman is only looking at you like, he's your brain. You know, you are not hitting the right spot. So if they be on top, they know exactly where to put it. Because one thing you don't understand, friction will get you to come. Friction alone don't get them to come. You have to hit the right spot. You have to go to the right place. You have to go to the right spot. So they know where the right spot is in them. So when they come on top, they'll be able to roll it the way they want to do it and get it to the point where they want it to get to. And then they stick to that stuff and they keep on rolling it and keep on doing it and working it until they come. And at the end of the day, the two of you will feel relaxed, and you come and she will come, and the two of you will knock and sleep and have a good time sleeping. All right? Have a good time sleeping. And that's just the issue. That's the way it works. It's a serious matter. The Nigerians must actually go and understand it. You don't just believe in one thing and just say, hey, this is what Latin say, then you marry, titi la ayati and nikpekuami, who see destruction in it. Okay? You know, destruction in it, and that's not going to pay you. Alright? So inside of the home is a relationship. Sex is a key thing. You must learn to do it. You must learn to make it good, make it count. Every time. Every time you do it, make it count. You know what that's going to do? That is going to actually make it to become a kind of a regular thing. A regular thing. Your wife will always long to have sex with you because it's actually something like, it's more or less like an adventure for her. Because you may not even know what's going to happen tomorrow, where we're going to do it, which part of the living room we're going to use, which part of the bed we're going to use. Is it going to be from the back or from the front? But if you are this missionary kind of guy that is always there, we have to sit down, and then you lie down on top of her and do bang, 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 bang. Hold one leg up like this and do bang, 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 bang. Put this one down, hold this one down, bang, bang, bang. Put the two legs all the way to the back like they seem to say you are trying to bake a chicken. And then bang, 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 bang. Who's your daddy? Who's your daddy? And then you sleep. At the end of the day, you know, this is the same thing. She's been expecting it. That, okay, when we go to bed, you will lift up my leg, you lift the other one, and pin the whole two to the back at the same time, and do who's your daddy? And then we sleep. At the end of the day, it will not make any sense anymore. The urge to really want to come into bed will not be there. So many men don't even kiss their wives, mouth to mouth. You see, this mouth to mouth kissing, they don't do it. So women don't do it too. You know, the husband is bringing the mouth, the woman is taking the mouth away. The woman is bringing the mouth, the man is taking his own mouth away. They don't do anything, and the man will be squeezing the breast like as if to say he wants to make them to burst. Do you want to destroy them? A man told me one time, he said, "Pastor, team that put go only feel here. You know, that only feel here." And stuff like that. I said, may God bless your wife. And he said, so this is a women are like that, you have to squeeze it and do whatever and do whatever. He said, you have to learn all of this stuff. Learn all of this stuff and be able to do the right thing when it comes to sexual relationships. So as I was saying, now during the sexual relation, inside of marriage, there must be ups and downs, and there will be. I am not going to lie to you. There will always be ups and downs. This is not about the devil. This is not about one power, one principality. Let me tell you, Nigerians are listening. Nigerians that are listening here, it's not about one power and principality. It is not about one witch and wizard. All the witches and wizards in your family, they have died. Àwọn ìyá yẹn ti kú tipẹ́tipẹ́. Má jẹ́ tó ẹ̀jẹ̀ àwọn ọmọ wọn ti wà civilized, wọ́n ti lọ sí school. Àwọn ọmọ yẹn ò gbàjẹ́ wọn ò gbóṣó. They are living their own life. Wọ́n kàn mess up life ẹ̀ nínú agbárí ẹ̀ fúnra rẹ̀ ẹ̀ ní. Understand? It's the nature of marriage. Marriage is full of ups and downs, challenges in relationship. When you have problem in relationship, it's not powers and principality. When you have problems in your marriage, it is not powers and principality. Number one, it is individual differences. It is individual differences that is causing majority of the problem in relationship. Two people living together who grew up under different rules, different understanding, different mentality, different level of exposure, different level of education, understand, different mindset, different culture, different tradition. It's not easy for them to now come together and live in peace. They will have issues. They will argue. Why do you talk like that? That's the way I talk. Why do you smell like that? That's my smell. Why do you snore? I've been snoring all my life. Why do you always sleep on the right side of the bed? That's what I like. Why is it that you put your shoes in the living room? That's what I like it. Well, why do you put the cup on the table? Maybe that's how I like it. Why do you turn the TV on all the time? Because I want to watch TV. Right? So you will see that everyone will have a question to ask. And then when you notice that as a husband, as a wife, you as a mature person must understand that we are different. There will always be argument. It will take us 15 years to live together, to start our own culture, to have our own tradition, to have our own language, to have our own kind of life. That's why it takes 15 years for people to be married. All of this 1 to 15 is all about getting to know him, getting to know her. You don't want to be in a hurry to end up a relationship during that time, because it's just a moment when you are trying to know the person. And then you guys will now create your own language. You have your own language for your love. You have to create your own culture for your love, your own tradition as a family. All right. So when you are able to create all of that stuff, then you guys will now become one. And then you find out you tell a lie in Dubai. Your wife will tell the same lie in Northern. You will tell a lie in Queens. Your husband will tell the same lie in Long Island. The same thing. You will find out, because you guys have lived together for a long time, you have become one. It is not on the day you go married that you become one. It's a work. It's a gradual thing. You work on it. You work on it. You work on it. You don't give up. You work on it. Always make sure that argument don't result in abuse. Always make sure that argument don't result in you slapping her or she slapping you. Go and control your anger. If you have anger issue in relationship, it will end your relationship and mess up your life. So when you know that, like I was saying the other day, I'm going to come back to this. Like I was saying the other day, a lot of people with mental cases, mental situations are living in homes today. They dress good, they live good, they have a job, but they have mental issues. And that is what is affecting the relationship. The argument between husband and wife is not supposed to result into you beating her. It's not supposed to result into somebody slapping you. It's supposed to result in somebody sitting down and saying, "Oh, you know what? I think we have something here that we need to discuss. I think you need to open up more to me. I think I need to open up more to you. I think we need to discuss more." That's what it's supposed to be. Argument in relationship is not supposed to bring forth aggressiveness and say, "Okay, I'm yelling at you, we're slapping and kicking and all kinds of stuff." You don't shut people down when they're speaking their mind. You don't shut people down when they're talking about what is affecting their lives in the relationship. You allow them to voice it out so that they can come out to them. You can hear what is going on, and then you can lay it on the table and look at it well and say, "Okay, this is where you're misunderstanding me. This is exactly what I'm trying to say. Oh, this is what you're hearing. No, this is what I meant. This is what I wanted to say. Oh, I use a bad English over there. Oh, my words are not good. Oh, this wasn't what I was trying to say in my mind. This is what is on my mind." If you do not allow them to say them, and you actually shut them down by slapping on them and beating them up, then you're actually trying to sweep the bomb under the carpet that will explode later down the road, and your marriage will not be able to get to that point of fulfillment, because you're going to hang it up right there. and he doesn't need up by them. So in relationship, it's more of working. Not a lot of young couples do call me and tell me, Pastor this, Pastor that. I say, no, give it time. Give it time. Work on something. Crush your ego. Kill your anger. Look like a mumu all the time. Husband too, try. Let her speak her mind. Let her talk. So all of this stuff will come in relationship. It takes mature-minded person to be able to hold all this thing down. All right? So in relationship, when we now have situations like this, and then we start calling ourselves names. Okay? For a woman, you may not see the effect, because if you are very mean to a woman, the reproductive organ of a woman doesn't need to be erected, and the hole cannot close up, and then cannot close up by itself. The issue with their own is that they are always ready to receive. So if your own penis is strong, you can still penetrate inside of them and be banging. The only thing that you might not actually see is the connection. She will not be responding to what you're doing. You see, a woman that you're doing it for before that you're doing and the ringtone is good. You find out that you're doing the same thing and you won't even hear a sound. Then you begin to look at it as, okay, am I not doing it like I'm doing it before? No, you are doing it like you're doing it before. It's just that you are doing it to a dead body. Because what you did was you abused her in the afternoon, you ruined her life in the afternoon, you're still able to penetrate her, but you are not penetrating her body, you're not penetrating her mind, not her soul, not her spirit. You see, whenever we're having sexual relationship, we are not just only having sex with the body, you're having sex with the soul and the spirit at the same time. So many of you are able to touch the body, you are not touching the mind. She's not feeling you at all. She can't pretend. All right? At that point in time, she's wounded. So when she's just there, it's just like you're making love to a dead body. She's not there at all. You forced yourself on her, then enjoy the thing by yourself. Okay? By yourself. So many people, they do that, and it's more or less like raping a woman. When a woman is not interested and you just force her into sexual relationship, it's more of like you're raping her. And at that point in time, she hates you like a no man's business. And I'm telling you, she doesn't feel good at all. She hates your touch. Your touch is like as if to say they're using pin to choke her body. That is how you feel. On top of her, you feel like a snake. She will feel like you are a snake. A so nasty snake that she doesn't want you to be there at all. It's just that she cannot push you away. She's just enduring. At that point in time, it's just more of enduring that moment. 2 seconds, no, 2 seconds, no, 2 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, go. So they endure for that moment. It's not like you're not touching nothing about their lives. They're not feeling you at all. They don't feel you. You are not being felt. No, you're not. But for men, when you as a woman, when you abuse your husband during the day and say, this is this, you say all manners of things, and then you kill his manhood, the effect of it is that the man will not have erection. And because there is no erection, there cannot be sexual relationship. It doesn't matter. Put your mouth on it. Carry your hand and be stroking it. Slap it if you can slap it. Do whatever you want to do. Lick it if you can lick it. Pour hot water on it. Pour cold water on it. Go and pour ice block on it. If you like, pour ice cream on it. If you want to kill it, just pour acid. That's it. Oh my God. The reason is that the thing is dead. It cannot come up because it can only come up when the carrier of the banana is happy. The banana carrier must be happy for the blood to flow down there. I'm telling you the fact. And then if it persists like that every time it's been insulted every day and stuff like that, it might end up permanently killing the manhood. That the manhood may not actually be able to walk anymore. That the guy will be totally dead down there. And then you now start saying, it is the powers and principality. It is bad. Powers and principality it's got nothing to do with it. It's the two of you. Or it's the two of you. It's the two of you. So the issue is that if you like, put pepper on it. That's your own. Put pepper. You see how it's gonna be. You'll be enjoying it yourself. So the issue with it is that the stuff is dead. So you want to now say, oh, it is power. It's not powers and principality. Now, the issue with this is that we as husbands and wives who are in legal relationship, we need to understand that what we say can affect every part of our relationship. What we say can affect every part of our relationship. It will mess the mind of your wife up that she might end up in depression. Do you know how many women have been called ugly? For me, for real, I'm not kidding you. For me, if anybody should say you're ugly, I personally may not feel it. Because I feel good about myself. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, Shola, you are the most handsome man in the whole world. You are the Denzel Washington of our time. I tell myself that. I'm not kidding. I tell myself that. Now, some people don't feel that good about themselves, even though they look beautiful. But they actually take the word of people. When people say this is it, that's what they believe. They believe others over themselves. They see people, they see themselves in the mirror, they still do not believe that they look good. Do you know how many of the husbands have called them ugly because they know that is their weak point, that they are always looking for acceptance? They always ask questions from their children, how do I look? They ask their husband, what do you think? They ask their friend, how do you see me? So they understand that these ones are looking for the support and the acceptance of others for them to feel good. Anybody that is like that, looking for other people to make you feel good, people will always use that part of you to ruin your life. I don't need you to tell me how I look. I don't care. I don't need you. One day one woman will say, Priscilla, why don't you shave your beard? I said, which one be your own? Are you my wife? Is my wife complaining? If your husband is having baby, go and tell him to shave his own baby. Now, which concern you and me? I'm not married to you. That was my response. The woman ran away. I didn't see her again. Never came back. I feel good about myself. I don't need you to tell me how I look. I know who I am. I know the way I look. So, so when women are being called ugly, many of them their husband will call them ugly, and because of that, they enter into their shell. Then they won't try anymore. Then they won't put effort anymore. Then they don't dress up anymore. Then they don't use their makeup anymore. They don't even dress up real good anymore. They just wear anything they see. And then you begin to ask them, what happened? What happened? Then they will tell you, my husband don't see anything good about me. But I always ask them questions, but how about you? What do you see about yourself? Do you need your husband to dictate what happened in your life? What? Do you need it? What exactly, how do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself? That's what matters. So when people call me ugly, it can never get to me. But everybody is not me. Some people don't have that kind of life. They have low self-esteem. They always depend on how people see them, what people say about them. I don't. I depend on the way I see myself. I love me. I look myself in the mirror, I just love me. You see that I take pictures like every Sunday. When I finish dressing up on Sunday, my daughter will say, are we taking pictures today? I say, oh yeah, we're going to take pictures today. All right? So we take pictures constantly. All right? Because I love the way I see myself. I love how I look. And that is why I take pictures all the time. And where do I put the picture? I don't hide the picture in my home. I don't hide the picture in my file. I post them on social media. Let people see it. Let them see it. I'm proud of myself. I love my own self. Even when you have self-love, so many things will affect your life. So many things won't bother you. Do you know how many people don't like taking pictures? And then they say, I'm not photogenic. And then what does that mean? It means that I don't feel good. I don't like my own self inside picture. I don't like myself inside picture. When I see myself in picture, I hate myself. That's what they mean. He said, I'm not photogenic. I am photogenic. I am even videogenic. I am everygenic. I am on the street genic. I'm inside my car genic. I am inside my house genic. I'm a photogenic person. So any angle you want to take it to, I love myself. I don't compare myself with any other person. I love the way God has created me, and that's me. This is me right here. All right? So, but for some people, they don't have that. So their husband will tell them all manners of things to ruin them. So many women have been under today because of words. The word that people have actually spoken into their lives. Our husband have called them failure. They're not good enough. You're a mistake. You know? You're a mistake. You are a nobody. You know, they say all kinds of stuff. They say all kinds of stuff like that. All right. So when they say all kinds of stuff, and then those ones allow those things to penetrate, and now they are living that life. They are living the life that the husband has pronounced into their lives. They are living the life that the wives has pronounced into their lives. You are not good enough husband. I made a mistake settling down with you. You are not my class. You are not the kind of person I want. You are a mistake. And those people have allowed those words to penetrate, and they are living it today. Who is this bananagenic? they are living it today. You know what I'm saying? They are living it today. And that's one thing that has affected their lives. So many women couldn't, they left their former husband and now they are free. And then they will say, I don't even know how to move forward in my life. I don't know how to move on. I don't know exactly how to. I don't know how to move on in my life. And they're just stagnant because they just can't. And you begin to ask them, why can't you move? It's because of the kind of life they've lived for 15 years, the kind of life they live for 5 years, the kind of life they've lived all their life. I'm telling you. So they're not able to move further in their life. They are stuck in the past because somebody have showered so many different kind of words on them. That says so many things that have ruined their esteem. They now have low self-esteem. They don't feel good about anything about themselves. They are a failure. They see themselves as failures in life. Validate yourself on a daily basis. It goes a long way. I'm telling you, Ambassador, it goes a long way. You see, whose report will you believe? Is it the report of men? Those guys are jealous of you. One thing I always tell people that I counsel, I tell them, listen, the people that are talking rubbish about you are just jealous of your life. They are jealous of your relationship. All those men that are talking bad about your wife right in front of you, they are actually dreaming of having that wife as their own. All those church women talking bad about your wife in front of you, they are jealous of her clothes. They are jealous of the car she drives. They are jealous because she's a registered nurse. She doesn't do 2 jobs, 3 jobs to make money. They are jealous because you are supporting her. They are jealous because your family is growing well. They are jealous because you are a good man. That's why they are looking for a way to destroy your joy. You don't understand. Don't allow nobody to destroy your joy. Might they come buy you again? Don't believe their report. Whose report will you believe? Those people, they don't have nothing. They got nothing to say. They're cooking up words. People cook up things not because of anything, just to destroy what is good. People don't like what is good. People don't like what is good. Whatever is good don't please people. That is why good news don't make news. Good news don't come in the front page. Because good news is in the middle page. Nobody wants to read it. Oh, Pastor Shola just bought a jet. He's not going to make news. That's not the news. Oh, Pastor Shola just got caught sleeping with a married woman. They will put that in the front cover of a newspaper. That newspaper will be sold out in 1 hour. That newspaper will be sold out in 1 hour. Everybody will be picking their own. Some people will even buy 16 copies and say, in case any of us on every corner, they will buy 20. They will buy 20. They will never buy that newspaper that says Pastor Shola just bought a new house. Pastor Shola just bought a new car. They won't buy that one. They don't. Those one can't make the news. They can't make the news. That's no news. That's no news at all. The news is when something bad happened to a man. It will make news. Everybody will hear. So in your relationship, when your wife is still cooperating with you, you guys still go to church together, you're happy, you're doing things together the way it's supposed to be, then the next thing that the people of the world wants to do is to destroy it, because their own life has got no meaning. They don't have that kind of life. They cherish that life, they long for that life, they dream about that life, and that's the Facebook life they live. But you are not living your own on Facebook, you are living it on ground. Why wouldn't they attack you? Why wouldn't they talk nonsense about you? They will have to. So many baby husbands will listen to outsiders over their wives. So many baby wives will listen to their friends over their husbands. And then they will use that particular stuff to ruin their own relationship themselves. So when you come on with a kind of a stupid story to come and mess up the life of your husband, always remember, it will end up in destroying one thing in your marriage, or two things, or even everything. It's going to destroy everything. Some men don't even have no trust for their wives. They don't have trust for their wives at all. And because they don't have trust for their wives, there is nothing they could do that will ever be pleasing to them, that they will ever connect with. Some women don't trust their husbands. They're just there. And one thing I believe is that if there is no trust in a relationship, why are you there in the first place? Are you supposed to be there? Is there anything locking you down there when there is no trust in it? Your heart is always up. Your mind is always up. You have never been relaxed in one day every time the guy goes to work. Every time you leave house for work, your heart is all the way up. You don't know exactly what the guy is doing. You don't know what the woman is doing. That is not supposed to be a relationship. If you don't have that mind of trusting the person, why are you in the relationship with the person anyway? So when people come to tell you nasty stuff about your family, it's time for you to actually now sit down and tell your wife and what's this way. It's time for evaluation. It seems like you are progressing. It seems like we are doing something correctly. It seems like we are going towards the direction that we should go, because the bad people are now talking about us right now and they want to destroy you. What did they say? That's time for you to now open up to your wife, not because you are angry, not because you want to beat her up, because you want to hear our own side of the story. That's when you want to table it before your husband, because not because you want to fight your husband, but because you want to hear his side of the story. They said, what did they say? What did they say? They said that you are dating somebody in the choir. Who is the person I'm dating? Oh, this sister. All right. Well, but I know I'm not dating nobody. But if you want to prove it, can we call the sister and then let's do investigation on it and stuff like that? Actually, I've witnessed one before, and they came in to tell me, oh, this person is doing this, that person is doing that, and everything. Not knowing that people were just hearing side talk. Nobody even got a fact. At the end of the day, I went there, I did my investigation, I found out that it was a lie. And the way they were saying it, you know, these holy people, the way they were saying it, they are even using their life, they are cursing themselves. How will you be when the thing is not even true? You don't even know the fact. And you are putting a curse upon your head for no reason. All right? They just look for a way to destroy people. You look for a way to destroy people. So don't allow people to ruin your relationship. Many of you guys believe your relationship is bad, but you are not actually seeing the right image of the ones who are advising you. The ones that are advising you are actually terrible. Their own relationship is so terrible that your own is more like a Superman relationship next to their own. Next to their own. So when you come home and then you insult your husband, you insult your wife, it will ruin something in their lives. Some people are not that bold. Some people are not that strong. That little word, little alterations like this means a lot to them. Some people are driven by words. It's actually very, very weird that people allow those statements, words, to affect them and influence them. Words like this. That all you got to say is just one tiny little thing against them, and they will never feel the same again. And they will lose it right from that moment, and they will start losing weight, and they will become so sad, and they will enter into their shells, and they might not come back out. That someone like me, someone would tell me something and talk about whatever, da 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 da. In 15 seconds after that, you see me again on social media doing the same thing that you said don't do. I'm telling you. Doing the same thing that he said don't do. I don't care. I like what I do. Before I say something, I have weighed it. I don't have a secret that I'm keeping. If you like me. If you don't like me. I don't care about whatever. That's me. If I tell you my past, I used to do this, I used to do that. If you judge me based on my past, is your palabra. There was one day I did a program and I told people how I smoke weed and cigarette and I drink beer, and all kinds of stuff and everything. And somebody said, Pastor, you don't supposed to say that. I said, I did those things. I did those things. What am I supposed to say? I was supposed to say I was born a Christian, right? No, I wasn't. I wasn't born. I was born into a Christian family. But I was not a Christian until I gave my life to Jesus. All right? I was in the world. I was doing what other bad boys were doing. And that was what I did for so many years. Before God now delivered me. When he now delivered me, that's when you start hearing Pastor Shola, Pastor Shola. There was a time he wasn't Pastor Shola. He was Devil Shola. That time he was Devil Shola. They were not just calling me. They just didn't put title there. They could have put title there and say, the firstborn of the Devil Shola. The devil don't have title. I didn't mean the devil have title now that we can put at the back. Maybe they do. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. You see, the devil is supposed to have title too. So when you are in the world and you are doing bad things, they're supposed to put that title behind your name. For you, I did those things. And now God has delivered me. It's supposed to be a testimony. It's not supposed to be a ridicule. It's supposed to be a testimony that once I was lost and now I'm found. I was blind, but I see. I was dead. I am back to life. So the time I was lost, what was I doing that time? I was doing crazy stuff. That time when I was dead, what was I doing? That time I was dead to the world. And now that I'm alive in Christ. Glory be to God. It's supposed to be a time of rejoicing and dancing. When you now use it against me, it's your palabra. That's your whole cup of tea. It's not man. It's not man. Let me read this comment. Yes, so my pastor in church always say, you cannot use your parent to spouse salvation to get to heaven. Individual must experience salvation themselves. Of course. Of course. You know? Now, before I get off here, because I might be getting over here. Before I get off from here, I want to just quickly say this real quick. The sexual relationship is a very key thing in relationship that actually bring kind of a bond between wife and husband. It's something you have to do constantly. If you don't have the strength for it, you just have to find a way to build the strength. You find a way to build the strength. All right. Now, if you're a married woman, don't compare the power of a dildo, of a vibrator, to that of your husband. The dildo is a metal, or sometimes it's plastic. It's not human. Kò lè rẹ dildo ntí dildo anytime ṣáná sí ó ṣiṣẹ́ lọ ni. Vibrator plug yẹ mọ́ náà ó ṣáàjì nìyẹn tó bá tàn báyìí zzz 5 hours ó ṣe zzz. Understand? But the man don't have that. We don't have the power of a horse. So always remember, when you are engaging in sexual, using toy in sex, for sex, you will realize that you will become addicted, and then you will not be able to get satisfied by a man right after, because you will be so used to the number of minutes or hours you spend doing it with the dildo compared to the number of minutes or hours that a regular man can do. You can't compare a machine to a human being. It will not work. It will not work. All right? It will not work. So we all have to understand it. I decided to come and do this video this afternoon because of that young man who spoke with me. And I discussed about it some few minutes ago with somebody. That was right after the post of that lady who said she has been using dildo for 3 years, and now she's having a boyfriend, and now the boyfriend is not able to satisfy her, and that she now offered that why don't he use the vibrator on her, and the man shut down because you killed his manhood. I believe that you're supposed to boost him. Even by the time he will do his 2 seconds nudo, just praise him and say, you done well. Your heavy duty here. Ugbono, uyoruku. Ele to say runjo. The man will be feeling good. Feeling good. And then that's what will make him to do more. Gradually, he will start doing more. Because you are praising him. Like they're enjoying sexual relationship, they'll be giving a kind of a ringtone when they're doing it, even though they're not feeling it. They're not feeling it. So, but they will actually be giving the ringtone just for the man, just encouraging the man to do more. And that's how the man will just keep on going. And before you know it, he will start developing and keep moving, and keep on moving. And then for him to be able to get to where he's going. Some women, they actually fake orgasm too. Some women will fake orgasm. It's terrible. Some men too do it. But for us men, it's easy for us to come when we start putting our mind thinking about a woman that we can never get, that we saw yesterday. We will quickly come because we are not even there in the first place. We are only on top of the wife. Our mind is somewhere else. But for some women, they fake orgasm. They will pretend like they are coming, and they didn't come at all. Just for the man to just get up and go because they are really tired and they're fed up. Sex to them is no longer what sex is supposed to be. It's more of a punishment than really something they are enjoying. Something they are enjoying. So they don't enjoy sexual relationship anymore with that guy. And so men don't enjoy sexual relationship with that woman too. And then they'll just fake it. Just for him to just roll off. And then they'll be fine. And then they turn to the other side and start thinking about what next to do. And that is what always gets a lot of women into buying sex toy, buying vibrators and dildos just to please themselves. And like I said, today, some women don't get satisfied. And by the time the husband will finish the sex that he is able to do, the woman will retire into the bathroom, and then they put water in the bathtub and sleep on it, and then they bring out that dildo to finish up what the guy started. The guy couldn't finish up. He couldn't get to the bottom of the whole stuff. So the women will take time in the bathroom. And then you think they're just cleaning up in the bathroom. They lock the door. Let me tell you something. They're trying to finish up what the guy has started and he could not finish up. And most of the men, actually, when they finish up like that, they just go to sleep and snore. They just sleep, and then they snore. And that's it. And at the end of the day, the wife will have to go and look for something to do. Look for something to do and get it on. Some men too, they are addicted to masturbation, and they are actually so much into it that they actually derive pleasure in masturbation than real sex. There are so many men like that also. And then some of our Nigerian men are actually turning to bisexual or whatever they call them. They can sleep with a man, and then at the same time can sleep with a woman too. They can sleep both ways. All right. So, some Nigerian people are doing that. Everybody is looking for sexual satisfaction. I'm not satisfied actually dating a man alone. I want to date a woman too. So some of our girls will have lesbians. They become lesbians. They have lesbian friends, and then they do it to themselves, and they actually enjoy it. Doing it together and stuff. The life. This world is actually turning upside down. Upside down. Every one of us, we're just doing whatever is pleasing. Whatever will bring satisfaction to us, that's what we go for. That's what we're going for. Whatever it is that will bring satisfaction, that's what we go for. And now it doesn't really matter, maybe they're Christians or they're not. You just find out that people only go to church. Church is not passing through them. Many people just go to church, they don't even know what it is to be a Christian. They just do whatever they like. So the world has turned upside down, that men are becoming homosexuals now, and women are becoming lesbians also, homosexuals, and men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women, all over. Married women going to singles night, girls' night, and all they do there is sleeping together. And the men, they sneak out of the house to go to their sex partners, who happens to be males too. And then they actually stick it into their anus and have their own sexual satisfactions through that. And one thing they do not understand is that that place is not clean enough for you to put your penis. A lot of infections that can actually go through your penis and cause a lot of different things in your life. All right? Many people will say, show me from the Bible, is it written in the Bible or not? Well, I think it's time for us to use our brain. It's time for us to have common sense. And sometimes there are certain things that are not directly written there. But listen, there are so many things written in the Bible too. Homosexuals, the Bible says, will not make heaven. It's just like every other every other sinner, The sin of the homosexual sin is actually equal to that of a liar. Someone who lies a lot is actually equal to someone sleeping with male sleeping with male. Sin is sin. There is no big sin, there is no small sin. But you see what? We're going to leave the judgment to God to do. But I think we should use our brains now. I think common sense is needed. Let's look at the danger or the dangers are associated to that. How we could be affected health-wise doing that, and all that. Let's base it on that, just on that alone. Don't even think about you making heaven for now. Think about you being healthy and living your life for your children and be able to see your children's goodness. Think about it. All of these sexual satisfaction, sexual whatever. I don't know how we have turned it around and make it to be something that's taken over our lives. That's taken over our lives. Women, men, every one of us. We come up with a lot of crazy stuff that I don't understand. So I think we need to be aware, we need to be very careful and take control of our lives again. And I think we need to go back to God the right way. Let's go back to God the right way. Let's do what is right in the sight of God. Well, my telephone number is open for whosoever would love to call in. You want to call in to contribute before I shut it down. Maybe you have one word to say to this. Maybe you have an experience or you have something to say about this. Feel free to call now. The telephone number is actually right there. 405-550-5135. That's the telephone number, to reach me in the studio for now. 405-550-5135. So anybody that is actually that has got something to say, go ahead and make that phone call. I'll pick it up here and then we can talk. But if not, I want to say thank you very much to you guys who have come to listen. Those ones that have shared the video already. Thank you very much for sharing. Thank you very much for your encouragements and for your love. And you guys that are just coming in, thank you very much for coming. You late. We've been able to touch a lot of things today as per verbal abuse in relationship. Many of us will just talk and say all manners of things to our wives, to our husbands, and we do not understand that these things can affect you in your relationship. It will affect your sexual desire, sexual urge. It will mess up the sex in your home. It's going to mess up the respect also. It will mess up the kind of life that you live. But if your wife is not able to perform after you've destroyed her with words, or your husband cannot perform in bed after you destroyed him with words, it's going to become our problem. Not just only one person's problem. It will become our problem. All right? So if we're not getting any phone call, thank you very much for coming on the show with me today. And surely we will be together again tomorrow as we're going to be treating another topic by the grace of God. In case you are out there and you have, okay, let's speak this and see. Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes, thank you so much for doing with that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, quickly, I've been watching your website and I must say you're doing a great job and I have an experience actually. And this is why I would love to,
we can hear the sound underground. Can you turn it off because we don't want to hear that?
Oh, okay. I was making it on my Bluetooth. Okay. All right. Can you hear me now, sir?
Yes. We are still hearing the sound on the background.
Okay. Is it better now?
You can turn it off. We are still hearing it. You don't need to hear yourself there.
No. It's off now.
All right. Go ahead.
Okay, sir. All right. My question is, I heard this guy was dating, and we were about, getting married at that time. We're so serious about it and all.
Okay.
But the issue is, when we were in Nigeria, we dated, some years ago, and we broke up. So, as fate would have it, we met again here in America. So when we met again, of course, things happen and all. So he told me something and I felt like, no, this is not right. And it was part of the reasons why I had to, I'll quit the relationship. This guy said, okay, we of course, we were having sex and all. So he now said something one day that I would love to use, he gave me a dildo actually.
Okay.
And I'm like, sorry, I've never in my entire life, I'm 32, I've never in my entire life used a dildo, sir. I don't even know how to use it. Even sometimes when my friends are discussing it, I'll just be looking at them like a fool. I tell them, man, I don't know how to use it. I've never used it in my life.
Mm.
So some of them will be like, are you normal? And I'm like, are you serious? Like, are you for real? Are you saying this thing, like, it's a must for you to use it as a woman? I was like, I didn't know how to use it though. So, when we came across each other again here in America, then he gave me a dildo. And I'm like, sorry, what do you want me to use this for? Then he said that he just want me to keep it, that whenever he's not around, if I want to, do whatever, I can use it. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know how to use it. He thought I was kidding. I said, I do not know how to use it. And he was like, hi, this your mommy attitude is still, it's still on you. And I'm like, well, I don't know how to use it, and I don't want to start using it because I don't want to start something I wouldn't like or something that would make me feel slack, in such a way, because that's my own feeling. So the other day we were discussing, I said something like, that you used to have this Akata girl that, whenever they want to do whatever, that the lady would bring so many, all those things that it would just be easy for the lady. That sometimes when it's done, the lady will be like, no, you have to continue with this one. That so it felt like women, sometimes you don't want to say your mind out and you want to pretend and doesn't want me to do, something crazy. And that's why it feels, this is better, instead of doing whatever. So I told him I don't want it. So he just gave it to me and asked me to keep it. I kept it. So